Hello guys, hello students. This is senior college mathematics. Topic is fractions. If you are in SS1, SS2, SS3, you are preparing for WAEC, NECO, NAPTEP, JAMB, any other external examination, this topic, this lesson, this video is for you. Sit down and watch it thoroughly. Okay, lesson 2, introduction 2. So this is continuation of lesson 1, introduction 1 to fractions. Okay, before we continue, for updates, follow Voice of Petakus. The voice you are hearing is called Voice of Petakus via YouTube at PetakusEduCom, Facebook fb.me/PetakusEduCom, Instagram at PetakusEC, Telegram t.me/PetakusEduCom. In all of these platforms, you get updated from time to time about what is happening in Petakus education community. All right, so let's continue. In lesson 1, we talk about addition, subtraction, and multiplication of fractions. So in this lesson 2, we'll continue with division. Okay, to divide by a fraction, in other words, you have a number and you are dividing it by a fraction. Multiply by the reciprocal of the fraction. Reciprocal of the fraction. The reciprocal of the fraction usually on the right side between the two terms of fractions be considered will result to interchanging or switching of the position. All right, interchanging or switching of the position of the original numerator and denominator. The meaning is this: if you are dividing a number by a fraction, what we do is that the division sign changes to multiplication, and as you are doing that, you take the reciprocal of the fraction you are using. So it simply means you interchange the position of the numerator and denominator of the fraction. That is the reciprocal, and you use it to multiply the number you are dealing with. For example, see 20 divided by 4 all over 5. So in that note, this division sign changes to multiplication sign. Then this fraction 4 over 5, you take the reciprocal, and that means you interchange the position of the denominator and numerator. So as the division sign changes to multiplication, you invert the fraction 4 over 5 to 5 all over 4. That's the meaning. So if you multiply 20 by 5, you have 100 divided by 4, and that is 25. All right, example 5. You have a mixed fraction divided by proper fraction. So first is to convert the mixed fraction to improper fraction. I explained that in lesson 1. Okay, to convert, multiply 5 by 4 and add to 3, that is 23 over 5. Then the division sign changes to multiplication. As that is taking place, the fraction 2 over 3 is inverted to 3 over 2. In multiplication, I told us that you multiply numerator against numerator and denominator against denominator. So you have 23 multiplied by 3 and 5 times 2, and that is 69 all over 10. If you convert it back to a mixed fraction, how many 10 are inside 69? 6 of them. That is 6 whole number. The remainder is 9 all over 10 as the denominator. So this is how you divide by a fraction. All right. When the operations with fractions are combined, that is when you have addition, subtraction, multiplication and division in one problem, the order of BODMAS is followed in simplification. So you follow BODMAS. In BODMAS, the first letter B is bracket or parenthesis, which is you have a round bracket or a square bracket. The next letter is off. Off is changed to multiplication. Then you have division, followed by M, multiplication, followed by A, addition, and S, subtraction. So that is that. To change a fraction to an equivalent percentage, if you have a fraction and you are asked to change it to percent, what do? You multiply the fraction by 100. For example, we are asked to change 4/5 to percentage. You multiply 4/5 by 100%. When you do that, you divide 100 by 5. That is 20 times 4. You have 80%. This is introduction. So we are taking everything together before we apply to solve problem. Okay. Then if you are asked to change a percentage to an equivalent fraction, is vice versa. To do that, you divide the percentage by 100 to convert it from percent to ordinary fraction. Okay. Change 80% to ordinary fraction, you divide 80 by 100. So the presence of over 100 takes care of the percentage symbol. And when you reduce, first 0 cancel 0, you have 9, you have 8/10, and if 2 divides, you have 4/5. Okay. To change an ordinary fraction to decimal fraction, ordinary fraction has numerator and denominator. Decimal fraction has decimal part, whole number, and decimal part. So if you want to change or convert ordinary fraction to a decimal, divide the numerator by the denominator. When we are doing it, most times we stop division when the remainder is 0. That is for terminating fraction. Some fractions are recurring. So recurring fraction has no ending. As you keep on dividing, if you can get up to 4 decimal places, you are advised to stop division. Okay. 3 divided by 4 is 0.75. You can see the working here. So let me try to illustrate it. You draw division box. The numerator 3 is inside the box. Denominator 4 is outside the box. Okay. 3 divided by 4 cannot. If the one inside the box is smaller, cannot. So cannot implies 0. Then you introduce decimal points. You introduce decimal point. Then you add 0 to 3. It becomes 30. Divide by 4 is 7. What you are doing here is D, which is division. You have M, multiplication, and S, subtraction. So at any stage, you divide, you multiply, and you subtract. The reason is you want to know if there is a remainder for it to continue division or not. So 7 times 4 is 28. You've multiplied. Then next you subtract. If you subtract 30 and 28, you have 2. 2 that is left divided by 4 cannot, because it's inside the box and is smaller. Because of the same point, you add 0, it becomes 20. Divided by 4 is 5. 5 times 4, you have 20. You have 20. After that, you subtract. 20 minus 20 is 0. So once the remainder is 0, you stop division. So this is the long division approach of converting ordinary fraction to a decimal fraction. Okay. All right. When adding or subtracting decimals, you want to add or subtract decimal fraction or number, write the numbers in a column with the points exactly under each other. You must know this when you are adding or subtracting decimal number. So you are asked to add 3.27, 0.042, and 1.2. So you write the first number as 3.27. The next number 0. The second point will be directly under the first point. So after that, to the left you have 0 under 3, to the right 0 under 2, 4 under 7, and 2. So you see now 2 is moving to the right because the point need to be in the same position. For the third number, you have 1.2. So you add. When you add, you have 2 there. 7 plus 4, 11. Put that 2, you carry 1 here. 2 plus 0 plus 2 is 4. Plus the 1 you carried, 5. 3 plus 0 plus 1, you have 4. So the key point here is that when adding fractions, when adding decimal number, the point must be exactly under each other. It does not shift to any other place. Okay. Example 10. Subtract 4.512 from 7.6. This kind of number, you are asked to take one from the other. So the one you are taking from is usually larger, which you write first. So you have 7.6. You arrange 4.512 under it such that the point must be in the same position. So you have it in this form. For you to subtract, it's advisable that you fill the empty spaces with 0. So you fill here with 0, 0. So that 0 minus 2 cannot. You cannot borrow from 0. So you borrow from 6. You take the 6 to this 0, it becomes 10. Borrow 1 from 10, here becomes 10. 10 minus 2 is 8. This place remains 9. You borrow 1 out. 9 minus 1, 8. Here remains 5. 5 minus 5, 0. And 7 minus 4 is 3. So this is how we add and subtract decimal numbers. Okay. So let's continue. To multiply decimals. First, ignore the decimal points and multiply the given number as if they are whole numbers. So you ignore the first, then place the decimal point so that the answer has as many digits after the point from the combination of the numbers of decimal in the given numbers together. Okay, we'll explain that. Look at example 11. 0.05 multiplied by 0.3. If we ignore the decimal point, it means we will have 5 times 3, that is equal to 15. But the first number is 2 decimal places. The second number is 1 decimal place. So altogether you have 3 decimal places. So in your final answer, there should be 3 numbers after the decimal point. So if you write 15 now look at 15. If you want 3 number after the point, that means you are going to have 0, then you have point, then you have 0. See now, 3 numbers after the point. Okay, so 0.05 times 0.3 is equal to 0.015. All right, to divide by decimals, make an equivalent division such that the divisor is a whole number. For example, divide 4.8 by 0.06. Let's change it to division line form. Okay, so our interest here is that to divide easily, you have to convert the denominator 0.06 to a whole number. Because that denominator is 2 decimal places, you have to multiply it by 100 for it to become a whole number. That the same 100 will also multiply the numerator. Anything you are doing to the denominator must affect the numerator. Okay, so that is the two 100 that you have there. So 4.8 times 100 is 480. 0.06 times 100 is 6. So this is easier to divide, and you have 80. Okay, all right, end of lesson 2. And the voice of Petakus is saying thank you for taking your precious time to learn and follow this lesson to the end. Is wishing you unlimited success in all your endeavors and pursuits in life and career. Don't forget, watch out for more from the voice of Petakus. He's here to serve you. Okay, if you have any question, any challenge, contact the voice of Petakus via this WhatsApp number or send him a mail. He will attend to you as soon as possible. Also, if you want the complete package of this topic, lesson 1 to 7, you want to be watching it without that is offline learning, you can also contact him at a very little token. You get the complete package delivered to you. Okay, if you are not safe, you need to be safe, and the only way is to give your life to the Lord Jesus Christ. He is the only one that has the power to save anyone. If you are saved already, I tell you, big congratulations. Live righteously and be prepared. Take care of yourself, stay out of trouble, stay well, study your books, do the needful at all time, and goodbye for now.